for the arrival of the procession.
Well, what a magnificent sight. We've waited a long time for this, 2 years, but also thank you all also for your forbearance this morning. We can control a lot of things at Keele University, but we can't do a lot about the M6. So thank you very much. Today is a very special occasion, not just for all of you, but also for Keele University. So I do hope that you thoroughly enjoy it. And I declare the congregation open.
Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, graduands. It is a great pleasure to be able to deliver this oration on the occasion of the award of an honorary degree to Erin Cutcliffe, OBE, in recognition of her outstanding contribution, both locally and nationally, to the Crown Prosecution Service, through her innovative, internationally groundbreaking prosecutions and her creation of wider public engagement with and understanding of the criminal justice system, working to keep communities safe. Initially, Erin thought she would become a teacher. That was until she sneaked into a law lecture here at Keele with a friend who was enrolled on the LLB and decided it wasn't too boring. Attending that lecture prompted a change of heart and marked the start of an exceptional career in law. Erin graduated from Keele with a degree in law and English literature and became a solicitor in 2008. She has held a number of roles in the Crown Prosecution Service, initially working as a Crown prosecutor in the local Newcastle Magistrates Court, dealing with a range of low-level crimes. Her first prosecution was for theft of manhole covers. She became a specialist prosecutor in the youth court, dealt with domestic violence cases, and after a spell at the West Midlands Complex Cases Unit, she went on to work in the Special Crime and Counter-Terrorism Division, where she is now specialist prosecutor. This is a role which frequently involves leading teams of investigators, expert witnesses, and counsel in taking complex cases to trial. She has been involved in high-profile and sensitive disaster cases with multiple fatalities, as well as cases of serious police corruption and misconduct in public office. But she still loves the buzz of court and starts all of her cases. In 2018, Erin's work at the West Midlands Complex Casework Unit featured in the acclaimed BBC documentary, The Prosecutors. Accompanied by her guide dog Lexi, Erin was shadowed by a fly-on-the-wall camera crew for 2 years. One of the cases involved the trafficking and exploitation of children forced to work in nail bars and resulted in the first convictions under the Modern Slavery Act 2015 for offences involving children. The publicity generated by the case made Erin something of a celebrity and gave her a platform to raise awareness of this form of criminality and make a quiet issue, often hidden in plain sight, into a very public one. As a woman who is registered blind, Erin has faced and overcome many challenges. She is conscious both of being a woman in a man's world and of being unusual as a person who walks into court with a guide dog. But her fierce and effective advocacy in support of those who are oppressed and exploited undermines prejudice about disability and counters any perception based on ignorance that her lack of sight impacts her ability as a lawyer. By doing the job well by any standards, Erin is an inspirational role model and stands to break down barriers for future generations. Erin has remained a friend to Keele School of Law. Demonstrating her wider commitment to social justice, she was a critical guide to the development of CLOC, the Community Legal Outreach Collaboration at Keele, in which many graduates here today will have participated. In addition, she has returned to provide inspirational guest lectures, encouraging students to think laterally as well as logically, as human behaviour doesn't fit squarely with offences. We are enormously proud to have Erin among our alumni and to have this opportunity to celebrate her many achievements. Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present to you Erin Cutcliffe to be admitted to the degree of Doctor of Law honoris causa.
Erin Cutcliffe, OBE, by virtue of my authority as Vice-Chancellor, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa.
I sat where each of you sat 17 years ago, and I have two abiding memories from that ceremony. Firstly, I hoped that I wasn't going to be the one that was going to fall flat on my face. I'm told it's a usual fear, and that seldom does it come to fruition. If it does, then you've just got to remember you'll be making somewhat of an impact, and you'll be more than memorable. Secondly, an honorary doctorate was awarded as part of the ceremony that I attended. And I remember thinking, how cool is that? A doctorate without having to sit any exams. Why on earth hadn't I heard of it? Was there a degree version? And could I have one? Now I stand before you, and I'm humbled to receive such an award, to recognise my contributions so far to the legal world. And I'm sorry to confess, it is true. I haven't sat a single exam. I fondly think of my time here at Keele, and today I have with me one of those friends that I met, and I must confess again, that it was at a rather drunken night at the Union. Now, some 20 years on, we're still friends. We manage to talk to each other and support each other through the highs and lows that life has offered so far. I can honestly say I look forward to the next 20 years. It is true that memories and friends that you have made here at Keele can and often will remain with you for the rest of your life. There are many tales that I considered sharing with you, some of them far too drunk, and some of them that perhaps would be less than said. So I've decided that it would perhaps be wise to try and share a little something of me and my journey to hopefully help you think about what your next steps following graduation today might be. I can honestly say without any hesitation that on my day of graduation, I had absolutely no idea that I would be a lawyer or that I'd even be any good at it. I still have imposter syndrome. I've just come to accept that actually everyone does. It is just that some are better at hiding it than others. Each step along from my degree into the world of work just fell into place. There was no grand plan, and I just decided that I would work hard and take each and every opportunity that presented itself. I'm exceptionally fortunate to wake up each day and look forward to the challenges of the day. None so great as currently having Flynn, my son, who is 18 weeks old today. I can honestly say that he is far more scary than any multi-handed case before any judge in the land that I've encountered so far. It seems appropriate that I should try and offer something which could inspire or empower you to achieve. If there are two qualities that any lawyer or human being should, in my opinion, require to succeed personally or professionally, it would be to have credibility and integrity. If either quality is absent, then you will not convince anyone of the merits of your argument, and you've lost before you started. I also think that you have to have the desire to explore and seek out challenge, and that has to be greater than your desire not to mess up or to rock the boat. And if you are, then you're about on track. The way I look at it is you can either be a passive victim of circumstance, or you can be the active hero in your own life. Lots of people have asked me of the one thing that I've learnt from Keele and my time here as an undergraduate, and I've given it quite a lot of thought. And for what it's worth, the thing I think you need to be able to do is to be your authentic self. You can seek out challenge and conflict, and you can work at being good at what you do in spite of those things that make you unique. Or you can simply be exceptional, work hard, and be good at what you do because of who you are and those differences that make you unique. All that remains is for me to wish you all the very best in what comes next, and to say congratulations, you really have made an achievement and you've survived the exams that I haven't had to sit. Thank you.
Graduates, please stand. Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present to you these candidates who have been found worthy to be admitted to the degrees for which they have been awarded. Before I read out the names, may I remind the graduates to please pause at the white markings for your photograph and really enjoy this moment. For the degree of Masters of Law and Bachelor of Laws, Travis Michael Adams. Nisha Dadra. Sydney Tyler Edwards. Alicia Marie Gerety. Jeanne Jalissa Hepburn. Jake Thomas Knight. For the degree of Postgraduate Certificate and Bachelor of Law, Matthew Thomas Peter Isherwood. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Salma Hussein Al-Bakri. Lauren Holly Evans. Melissa Jane Fox. Libby Grace Gordon. Jake Hodgson. Tasmeen Malik. Mariam Nawaz. Rahima Nazir. Chumbe Njay. Daphne Eunice Okoy. Adam Yusuf Musa. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Samrawit Abraham. Macaulay Renma Adagabon. Dylan Thomas John Adlington. Sana Ansa Adriz. Rizwan Ahmed. The winner of the Maxwell Law Prize 2019-2020, the MFG Solicitors Law Student of the Year 2019-2020, and the Oxford University Press Prize 2019-2020 Faiza Ahmed. Suman Ahmed. The winner of the Knight and Son Solicitors Prize 2020-21, Tanya Anjumani. Alicia Jasmine Akhtar. Samar Madni Sharif Al-Bakri. Nicole Emily Alexander. Adam Imtiaz Hazrat Ahmed Ali. Adam Ali. Nurulain Ali. Andrew Amati Fio. Kainath Musamath Nuzath Anam. Sufyan Hussein Asim. Ronki Daniela Joy Awanaya. Noor Baba Chowdhury. Ibukun Badejo Okusanya. Fatimat Oyomikan Bakare. Taylor Kitty Bates. Jade Elizabeth Bow. Robert Takeshi Bow. Michael Beaumont. Georgia Diana Hope Bennett. Carl John Binus. Phoebe Akua Ampoma Botang. Jemima Bobie. Purity Prisca Atieno Bolo. Lucy Booth. Katie Ann Bottoms. Jordan Paul James Bauer. Trina Alice Boyd. Nicholas Emmerich Brown Mark. Sajid Bukhari. Daniel Butler. Bethany Jade Buxton. Princess Anne Nicole Campos. Samuel Michael Cartwright. Thomas William Challoner. Carmen Kaur Chowdhury. Joshua Samuel Chave. Tende Linley Chigavare. Rutendo Chikaware. Apeksha Chauhan. Georgia Louise Cliff. Bethany Colclough. Sarah Helen Coleman. Joseph Peter Collis. Jordan Stephen Cook. Bethany Caitlin Coward. Zach Croft. Daniel Luke David. Emily Rose Davidson. Bradley Keith Davies. Samuel Benjamin Dell. Cara Natasha Douglas. Kira Kaur Dulay. Dylan Claudius Undan Dumpangol. Megan Eva Dunkley. Katie Dyson. Scott Peter Ebbs. Ryan Edmonds. Mitchell Alexander Edwards. Ruthann Nana Ekua Egan. Sarah Ilahi. Emily Evangelou. Ellie Louise Evans. Zara Fiaz. Patrick Joseph Flanagan. Ruth Casey Fradley. Stephanie Fulton. Megan Lauren Gaffney. James Gallagher. Nimisha Nikita Pratap Goel. Brian Peter Gorski. Fabienne Alexandra Green. The winner of the Atticus Solicitors Prize, The Practice of Criminal Litigation, 2020-2021, Keele Groark. Mia Isabel Grocott. Nadia Gulfraz. Amber Lee Hall. Zara Hanif. Gareth Mark Han. Georgina Marie Hartnell. Kian Edward Lee Hernshaw. Andy Jamie Leanne Hendon. Akef Ijazi. Kiro Hill. The winner of the Michael Haykhurst Memorial Fund 2019-2020, the Oxford University Press Prize 2019-20, Mitchell John Hill. Eleanor Jane Hind. Stephen Hinney. Shannon Catherine Hurd. Ikra Muskan Hussain. Thomas James Hutchison. Joseph Nathaniel Matthias Jimenez. Arshad Munir Jokia. Bushra Mohammed Saleh Jume. Jogdeep Kalia. Alina Karim. Sandeep Kaur. Sundari Kaur. Hannah Kawal. The winner of the Oxford University Press Prize 2020-2021, Alina Kazmi. May I ask the students that have just been conferred to stand?
Sorry, I will wait. By virtue of my authority as Vice-Chancellor, I admit you to the degrees for which you've been presented. Many congratulations.
Please be seated.
It's an absolute pleasure to welcome you once again to this ceremony to celebrate the achievements of our students who do so much while they're at Keele and, as you have heard so eloquently from Erin this morning, achieve so much when they leave. And what a journey you've all been on. We have graduates in the room from 2020 and 2021, and your experiences at university have been different from most of those that have gone before you and from most of those who will come after you. 2 years ago, we were still in the very early stages of lockdown. We might feel now that we still don't really understand COVID-19, but at that stage, there was a genuine fear of almost everything. And it's almost hard to remember what changes came in very quickly. For most of us, we weren't meeting people except by video link. We couldn't get hold of sanitizer, and we weren't sure what we were allowed to touch and what we weren't allowed to touch, and we were only allowed our daily walk and trip to the supermarket. As a university, we had to pivot very quickly into using online education in a way that we had never done at that sort of scale before. To keep going with your studies at a time of such huge uncertainty and stress that was going on all around you is a major, major achievement. You may well feel that you missed out on things, and there is no doubt that you did miss out on certainly some of the social interactions that are a really important part of university life. But I'd like you to remember that you've also learned a lot from the experience, and you have a real chance to stand out from the crowd. And I'm in no way undermining how hard it was for you during that period. None of us would have wished that on you in any sort of way. And it's particular to miss out on a time when so many lifelong friendships and networks are developed that can last a whole lifetime. But the adaptability, the resilience, and the determination that was needed to go through your degree was absolutely astonishing. And in a life when those things will be needed, you've been there, you've done that, you've got the t-shirt, and when things get tough in the future, just remember what you have shown yourselves to be capable of. I also hope that you recognize the efforts of the staff at Keele, and what they've done in order to help you through your degree. They had to change very quickly indeed during COVID, and were often coping with difficult domestic situations while quickly and dramatically changing the way that education was being delivered. Our educators continue to receive national recognition in all sorts of ways, and I'm pleased that we've once again performed exceptionally well in the National Student Survey. I'm certainly personally very proud of our staff and of the way that they coped with this, and I strongly suspect that you are too. This is also reflected in the progress that the university has maintained during the last few years. The opening of the new Harper Keele Vet School with the first students in 2020 and a new building in 2021 is a huge step forward for Keele. And the development of an energy park with 2 wind turbines and 12,500 solar panels is important not just to the university in that it will produce over 50% of our electricity, but also to society more generally as part of the fight towards a net zero economy. Also in that regard, High Deploy was an experiment that we used the whole campus for. We tested whether 20% hydrogen could be introduced into the gas supply. It can, and it can safely, and it can without consumers really noticing the difference. So that is now really being rolled out into communities in different parts of the country. We've also developed the campus further, and although sadly not in time for your time at Keele, the opening of the new central area in Chancellor's Building, and in what I must say has been described by some as possibly the most important advances at Keele for many, many years, we managed to open a Co-op and a Greggs. I also find it fascinating at this time to reflect a little bit on some of the achievements of our students outside the classroom, and in some cases working through the Student Union and the KPA, but in some cases through the school. The volunteering to support the vulnerable in the early stages of COVID lockdown, to the collection of the refugees from Ukraine, show that social conscience is strong within our student body. And the clock programme that Alison has already referred to is also a good example of that. Schemes to help businesses and charities or on the less local organisations has also taken place. And further afield, a team, for example, will be going from Keele in the summer to help poorer communities in the Caribbean. The staff are always very proud of our students and alumni, but the respect that we have for you all is even greater than normal. And I'm sure that those of you on this side of the marquee who are family and friends of our graduates are also brimming with pride today. And before we go any further, can I, on your behalf, our graduates, and indeed on behalf of the university, thank all of you, the friends and families of our students, for the support that you have given them during their time at Keele. Today, you can allow yourself to be very proud of your achievements. Even beyond the COVID experience, all of you have been on a big adventure that would have challenged the way you think, taught you new skills, opened up new worlds, and set new horizons. You will also have undergone this huge transition alongside students either physically or remotely from every part of society in the UK and indeed from many parts of the world. And it's important to us that we do have that diversity here on campus, and it's not unusual for us to have over 100 countries represented on campus through our staff and our students. Education is a critical mediator of understanding of other cultures, and this is even more important when the biggest challenges of all that we face in society can only be solved through collaboration on a global scale. And this is not always easy, but I hope we have helped you develop a level of critical evaluation that will allow you to take informed viewpoints, that will help you thrive in a world where global travel may be affected for some time by COVID, but global interactions will be critical for a peaceful and equitable world. It's with this aim of impacting on the future of society around the world that here at Keele we're putting significant attention to new research institutes that are aimed at addressing 4 of the biggest challenges that we face as a global population. These are social inclusion, sustainable futures, global health and well-being, and all done in the context of an increasingly digital society. We have literally hundreds of our staff performing leading research in these areas, and we expect these institutes to have a real big impact. As I've already said, we clearly hope that the environment that you've been here at Keele has prepared you to thrive within that global environment. This background will help you play your part in meeting these big challenges and taking the opportunities that they present with a confidence that will see you continuing that tradition of Keele students having a genuine impact. This may be through the professional lives that you undertake or through the way you live your own lives in a personal level. Looking after your own health, reducing the adverse effects that you have on the planet, and showing respect and concern for those in less privileged positions than yourselves are all an important part of being players in a forward-looking and civilized society. The months and years ahead might well challenge some of these core beliefs, but the working together with others and the providing support to each other that has got you through your degree and the challenges that you've already faced in your professional lives will provide you with the framework to succeed. That mutual support between students and between staff and students is often quoted as one of the biggest things that makes Keele that little bit different from other universities. So rest assured you are well prepared for those challenges. The Keele difference also relates to the original educational concepts that are associated with being a strong anchor institution in the region and being a university that believes in an education that prepares students with a breadth of knowledge and a set of skills that will allow you to thrive in a very complex and uncertain global environment. It's important to us that we have provided you with an education that not only makes you experts in your chosen subjects, but gives you a range of experiences and skills that will make you very attractive to employers throughout your career. You've experienced a rate of change that feels unusual, but sadly, it is likely that it will become the norm. And these skills that have seen you through the last couple of years will make you adaptable to those changes. Getting information isn't the problem these days. What we do with the information is the skillful bit. And we have taught you some of that. We are already beginning to see the impact of automation and artificial intelligence in some parts of society, and this will change the employment landscape dramatically over your lifetime. In 20 years' time, many of you may well be doing jobs that haven't even been invented yet. So, contrary to opinion in some parts of government, universities are not here just to train you for your first job. We're here to teach you the skills to be adaptable to the world as you will find it throughout your lifetime. The ability to analyze complex problems, the ability to continue learning new approaches, the ability to work with a variety of people with different skills, abilities, and from different cultures, the confidence to address the unknown and to solve problems whenever they occur. These are all things that you have learned, and they will stand you in good stead as you go forward with your lives. So when situations change enormously, the value of a university education is to put you into a position where you can adapt to these changes and thrive in a modern society as you find it at the time. The world will continue to change, but as graduates, you have developed the skills to help you thrive within it. But it does also mean that you need a personal commitment to continuing to learn. And you will need to do that throughout your lives. For some of you, today may well be the end of your formal education, but it cannot be the end of your learning process. Sometimes it will be tough, but you should have the confidence that the skills that you've learned here will set you in a good place. This is a university that we hope you will continue to be proud to be associated with, and that you will continue to think of as part of your personal future. You now join over 80,000 Keele alumni in all corners of the globe. Alumni demonstrate great value to each other and to the next generations of students through their networks and through their links back to Keele. So please do, therefore, keep in touch. Make sure we have your contact details, sign up for the Alumni Association, and come back to visit us, and think about how you might want to give back your experiences to future student groups. You won't also be surprised to hear me say that we hope at least some of you get really, really rich. And when you do, don't forget which university you went to. But your time and experience is also hugely valuable to us, and you may well feel that you wish to partner with us on various projects in the future. So that's it. You've made it. You've had to wait a little while to celebrate it, but now you are leaving here with a qualification that cannot be taken away from you. One that people will respect the world over and that will open doors and opportunities for you. But you now need to make it work for you. You can afford to be ambitious. Indeed, you owe it to yourselves to be ambitious. It will be tough sometimes, and if you don't stretch yourself and reach for what you truly want, you will always regret it. And I do hope that you, our next generation of graduates, will have seen yourselves as part of a thriving university that has valued your presence, and you can now go out there and really make a difference. So with that, can I, on behalf of all at Keele University, give you, our new graduates, our heartiest congratulations and wish you good health, great happiness, and enormous success in everything that you now do. Thank you.
Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present to you these candidates who have been found worthy to be admitted to the degrees for which they have been awarded. For the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Amy Elizabeth Keeling. Lucy Marie Kent. Katie Georgina Kerr. Kismet Kalik. Tassir Fahim Khan. Gabrielle Kristin Kupan. Pratibha Kushwaha. Rajdeep Kaur Lal. Abhinaya Kirsty Lawrence. Alicia Jade Ann Lawton. Catherine Nora Jemima Light. Megan Denise Light. Margarita Ahele Labrez Diaz. Amelia Catherine Lucas. Bridget Bozibori Mange. Samuel David McCrill. Lisa Tinatende Mahachi. Saman Sida Marud. Sade Deborah Majakadumi. Charlotte Louise Mandeville. Sania Makboul. Sophie Ann Matthias. Matthew Gary McCarthy. Daniel McGee. Chloe McNally. Jericho Florence Melton Dyer. Alina Maherm. Najib Abdi Mohammed. Mariha Saha Mohammed. Hannah May Maloney. Kimia Musevi Hejazi. Yvette Museje. Thomas Nake. Shahrukh Naji. Nicole Alexandra New. Emma Jane Newton. Winner of the Knight and Son Solicitors Prize 2019-2020, William Thomas Noble. Mutsa Ashley Niamhunga. Mark Jack O'Connor. Chimbusomba Amaki Obiagu. Connor Luke Ogden. Oyindamola Ogunaiki. Melkim Okochi. Jesse Chiamaka Okoro. Ayesha Opal. Julia Isabella Oriniak. Neisina Osage. Moesha Afia Osuwu Amofa. Feligin Hilda Atieno Oyanda. Melody Louisa Parker. Dylan Hitendra Patel. Emilia Pavitt. Santina Pilade. Rian Price. Sarish Kadir. Hannah Olivia Radford. Teresa Regina Raj. Vinok Ravindran. Ruth Elizabeth Rhodes. Talha Hassan Riaz. Imogen Robinson. John Romano. Amy Louise Rowley. Rona Roy. Arvin Sadegzada Araji. Varisha Samim. Kiran Samra. Shamima Lira Shabir. Amy Shafto. Isha Leela Sharma. Paramveer Sharma. Amandeep Kaur Sidhu. Rebecca Jane Simmons. Annabelle Veronica Simpson. Rajbir Singh. Jessica Page Smith. Nathan Andrew Smith. Winner of the Maxwell Law Prize 2020-2021, the MFG Solicitors Law Student of the Year 2021, Megan Louise Smith-Dobrick. Samuel Robert Snow. Cameron James Spencer. Abdulaziz Abbas Suka. Amy Kaur Sunna. Amy Catherine Taylor. Lauren Ellen Taylor Ellis. James Lewis Thurgoland. Hannah Alexis Tonda. Peya Tosanoglu. Philip Carroll Twyker. Jacob Tula. Darlene Uwezi. Ella Louise Vaughan. Jade Wanden. Sashani Fernando Walakula Surya. Roberta Deshani Wanakula Surya Pereira. Kieran Dennis Waters. Benjamin Maximilian Wells. Ella Louise Wesley. Winner of the Knight and Son Solicitors Prize 2019-2020, Lawrence James Whitworth. Lowry Beth Williams. Ifra Samir. Georgia Benson Lees. May I ask the students who have just been conferred to stand?
By virtue of my authority as Vice-Chancellor, I admit you to the degrees for which you have been presented. Many congratulations.
Please be seated. Vice-Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I present to you in absentia those candidates who appear listed on the programme who are not present.
By virtue of my authority as Vice-Chancellor, I admit them to the degrees for which they are presented.
Let us give thanks on this special day in a moment of reflection or prayer according to your practice or belief. We give thanks for our university and recommit ourselves to its mission, that the tasks of education and research may continue to be carried out with integrity. We give thanks for the vision of our founding principal, Lord Lindsay, who directed that Keele exist for the pursuit of truth in the company of friends. The university's foundation also drew on the historic motto of the Sneed family, to thank God for all. May that spirit of friendship and thankfulness continue to be fostered by all at Keele. We give thanks for our graduates as they conclude this stage of their education. May their skills and qualifications be used for good in their communities and beyond. We give thanks for all staff who have taught and supported them in their learning. May they know the lasting impact their work has had and the changes they have enacted in the lives of our graduates. We give thanks for the family and friends present here and around the world. Let us acknowledge with gratitude the love, care, and encouragement they have given and continue to show towards our students. May we look forward with hope to the future, that the successes of this university and its graduates will continue to grow, that the gifts we celebrate today will be used fruitfully, that the world may become a better place. May I invite you all to stand.
Graduates of the university, can I congratulate you once again? I hope you become fantastic ambassadors for this university and that you continue to keep in touch and that actually you continue to succeed in your chosen pathways. But for now, just have a blooming good day. I declare the congregation closed.